most of average successful apps will hear the best of the best people in, I think, in 30 minutes, how they became that. But average app does in the life cycle around 5,000 euros. So just by applying, you actually already ensuring yourself that you will make it 4 times more. So think about it. I think that there is a lot of reasons behind why, at least just to try. And if you'll not success, I think it also gives you some good insights. Always ask yourself why, what was wrong, and as Timo said, that maybe show some application before to some friends, or do something else wise, and you'll find out why you failed. Because I believe that most of you will be going to the venture capitalist. Believe me, it's a little bit even harder. And they also have the investors board and other things. So believe me, it's going to be a great, great beginning of your startup. And now I would like to ask on the stage a person who came all around the way from United Kingdom, the lead and creative consultant from the Barclays Bank, Paul Wilshaw.
Maybe I like to wave. Cool. Pimped my MacBook out already. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Is that better? That's better. Cool. Thank you. So, I'm here to talk to you today about the mobile experience. So, the mobile experience of Barclays mainly. So, that's the better looking version of me. And so let me start off. I've got a bit of a video. It'll all come together later. I just want you to watch 80s rock video. Feel free to do some air guitar. So it's enough long hair and perms for the day. So why am I making you watch this? Why? Because Kiss. So it's Kiss. So that's what it's about. So that's the band Kiss. So it's all about keep it simple, stupid. So just remember that fact. So remember, when you're designing your app, you're not the audience. So if you are the audience, you probably need a few more friends. You haven't got many friends, so kind of like get out, get some more, and ask them if they want an app. So basically, strip it back to the bare minimum, then only add to it if it enhances the experience. So he's got a nice iPhone 5S in gold. So so designed for multi-platform. So I've got an example, and this did happen as well. So client comes along. I need an iOS app. Yeah, is the designer. Yes, I'm going to make it all iOS-ish. 2 weeks later, client comes back. I think we need an Android app. Designer, balls. So complicated versus simple. So I've got a couple of examples. So this is a beautiful website. I think this is technically called Design Vomit. So as you can see, it's where my eyes are bleeding. Where do you want to click? What do you want to buy? What is this? What is this? Everything's on there. It's probably brilliant for SEO, but Are you actually going to buy anything on there? You probably come here for looking for Google, and then you think, actually, I'll go to one of the paid ads. It's better. It's a nightmare. So this is probably better, a bit better. So I can see, oh yeah, this is a bit more, looks a bit more premium. Look back at the other side, you're probably going to spend £10 maximum. Here, £229. So a lot cleaner, a lot simpler. So again, still a lot of information, but it's just presented where you can read it. Your eyes, I can rest, I can look. My eyes are not bleeding. Have a look. This is an amazing mobile web form. So it's a one-page form. Just so maybe get halfway, or a bit more to fill in. Scroll down. Oh Jesus, there's more to fill in. Scroll down again. Christ, have I not brought it yet? It's place an order. Place an order. So you can't read it because it's so small. So again, perhaps, so in comparison, exactly the same size, this is what you can do. So it doesn't matter, you can't read it. So you fill your name, your contact details, ship it to me. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I want. I'm going to buy the product. That tiny little thing, so you can do exact same thing. Look at all the free space. It's good. So I've got some examples. So user experience, a real-world example. So has anyone heard of skeuomorphism, which is basing digital things on real-life things? So maybe not make an app like this one. So maybe it's very tricky. Has anyone watched Ghostbusters? So don't cross the streams. Here's another example. Again, sinks there. Short people will have a small problem. I might just kind of jump and get the soap. Probably all drip on the floor. Slight health and safety of a nightmare. So this is another. This is one of my favourite user experience examples. Push pull. Is it pull? You can imagine pulling it. Kind of without the words on the doors. You want to open. Push plates. Push. Yeah. So. This is an example, and this is actually in our office in the UK. And it said push pad to open an automatic door. So do I push the pad, then it's automatic? Is it automatic, and then I push the pad after? Or who knows? Who knows? And we've actually got one. And it's slightly more complicated. This we've got a white button on the by the door, and it says press the green button to open the door. And the button doesn't actually work. You just push it open. This is a good design for third-degree burns. Maybe perhaps you just drink it from the spout. Perhaps that's the intention. This is actually quite a nice design, but probably impossible to drink from. So probably straws would be a good help. This is a bit more. We're getting a bit more pixely now. So duplicate group, write by delete group. Let's duplicate the group. I've gone down 2 more pixels. Delete it. So thanks Photoshop. I just deleted a group. Control Z. Thanks. This is another one. So we've got the options here, which is variations on blend, 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 blend. Blend and blend, or you can just have one button that does it all. This is quite interesting. There's something called style over substance. So this is the bottle, lovely design, but hard to get that bit at the bottom. You have to slap it. Or actually, functionally, it doesn't look as good, but it's better to use. And which one? I know which one I go for when I go to the supermarket. This is actually Disney World, which is a great user experience. If you've ever been around, they have what they have there. They have everybody gets all the greeters. They're taught how to smile. They're taught how to wave. They're taught how to tell you kind of like how you're having a good day. What can I do to help you? It's a great experience. You go around. It's an adventure. It's an exciting story. So great little kind of like theme parks always usually have a good user experience. So the kind of 5 rules of user experience is know your audience, don't bore people or talk down to them, or lose them by assuming that they know what you know. So I think that kind of leads back. So I'm from like a film TV background, and I was always taught that if you're trying to sell a film, sell it in a sentence. If you can't fit it on a film poster, nobody's going to come watch your film. So you wouldn't have Jaws is going to say, oh, it's a film about quite a big shark, does some things, I'm not sure. Yeah, and then at the end, I don't know. You wouldn't tell them that, so it's, Jaws, so it's scary water shark. So that's, that's pretty much. So use good storytelling techniques. Tell stories, not lectures. Lay out your app with clear logic. So it's kind of like, so you want people to adventure. People don't read leaflets, they read books. People don't read information facts, they read infographics. So keep it simple, keep it clear. And then lead visitors from one area to another by creating visual magnets and giving visitors rewards for making the journey. So this is kind of like something we've done in Pingit. We've tried to make the layout similar. So when you go from one screen, when you go to a new screen we've just made, it looks the same. It's got a similar user feel. So you don't need to go back to a tutorial. You don't need explanation. You don't need kind of that help. You don't need like little layovers, tool tips. Communicate with visual literacy. Make good use of non-verbal ways of communication. Colour, shape, form, texture. So colour, green is good, red's bad, unless you're ABSA, which is our bank in South Africa. They're red bank. They call the red bank. Everything has to be red. All the buttons are red. So that's an exception to the rule. But shape as well. Squares are more controlled. Rounds are kind of more soft, friendly. Form, kind of like just nice kind of shapes. And then texture. Does texture help? Kind of feely, touchy things. Always kind of like, I met a designer once, and he gave me his CV in a little CD case. I had to tear open the CD case. And I always remembered his name because I had to tear it open and remember it. And it was a good little kind of visual memory for me. So just think of that. Put something like that in your app. Try people to make it memorable. So avoid overload. Resist the temptation to tell too much. It's like that form we saw previously. Don't have too many objects. Don't force people to swallow more than they can digest. Try to stimulate and provide guidance to those who want more. So kind of thing, it's something along those lines like gamification is a great way to do that. Add some like treats, rewards in for users. So if you've got a complicated process, split it up. If you've got some, give them some rewards. If they've got to do some progress, perhaps give them a little reward after. Give them a badge, give them a colour, let them change the background. So why should designers and developers care about UX? I think the answer's there, 5-star apps. So kind of, you spend ages and ages on building apps, designing them. People are not going to use them. If they don't get past the first screen, they're not going to use the app. So don't waste your time by not thinking about UX. As Timo said, ask your friends, would they use it? And just think about kind of who your target audience is. Aim for an excellent adventure, not just a good one. Tying it back to the KISS video from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So you might, if you go for an excellent adventure, just they lead around and kind of, if you go for an excellent, you might get there, you might get good. So Barclays Pingit, I'll tell you a bit about Barclays Pingit's story. So when I first joined Barclays, we were started off, and it was very much like a startup company. We were in a basement with some windows. It was the winter. We hardly saw daylight. And it was quite interesting. I got there and they said, right, so let's, what we're doing, we're making a peer-to-peer payment app. I said, all right, you haven't even got a mobile banking app. And we're doing something different. So what Barclays was kind of brave to do, so this is all the other banks, they all had their mobile banking apps, so there's Lloyds, Nationwide. Some look very similar as well. So what Barclays did, we invented Barclays Pingit. So it was a bit more rock and roll, a bit different. So all you need to do is have somebody's mobile phone number, so you can pay somebody with just a mobile phone number. So the bank initially, oh no, don't want to do that. But they did. So from that we were just we were looking at other companies, what other companies do. So Barclays is 400 years old, and the difference there is all these other companies have more revenue than Barclays. So Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Pingit. Yeah, we're 400 years old. So why? What are they doing differently? So Facebook, they're doing something. Oh, they're cool. Do you remember MySpace? What? Amazon, they kind of like really succeeded in the one-click transaction, frictionless transactions. So we thought, what can we do differently? So we came up with Barclays Pingit. So this is just a bit of kind of where we are in the market. So this is actually today's stats. Luckily, one of my colleagues in the UK sent me the stats today, so the total downloads for Pingit and Barclays Mobile Banking combined 5 million, just over 5 million. Let's keep it simple. And then what I've done, so the most of the users on it are Apple. There's a bit of Android. We've still got some BlackBerry, but I think we've got all those BlackBerry corporate devices. That's the so it gives you, so about 75% people on iOS use Pingit and BNB. And Christmas this year, so Pingit won the most disruptive app of 2012 as endorsed by the App Store. So it was quite a great achievement. And we've won 15 awards now. So it's just been a really successful app. So when we launched it, these are some of the headlines. So Barclays are revolutionising the way we send money. Will phones kill off cash? Maybe. And what we did as well, it was kind of unique. So it's not just a Barclays product. So if you've got a Barclays bank account, it's good. But if you bank with anyone else in the UK, you can use the app as well. So there's something different, something that what nobody else is doing as well. So our users love Barclays Pingit, so they do take it to bed with them. And our biggest log-on is about 1 minute past midnight, usually on a Thursday. And it was quite interesting. We were going to our Christmas party, and just before we went, all our servers were overloaded. So some of us had to stay behind and do some quick fixes, and we had to upgrade all our back-end servers to cope with the demand. Everyone was checking if they could go out to their Christmas party, if they got paid for Christmas. So it was bad time in our Christmas party. So kind of the things that Barclays Pingit's used for. So it's used for tickets, paying back for gifts if somebody wants to send a gift, someone wants to pay a bill. IAUs, one of our popular ones on a Friday night especially. And some of the message comments is quite interesting. I won't even go into those, but they're quite rude. So pocket money as well, and wages. So we even get people. I met a guy in Manchester, and he wanted to know how to. He has loads of casual staff, so he does want to set up payrolls for them. So he wanted to use Barclays Pingit because he knew their mobiles numbers, and he just wanted to send them the wages for the week. So the average age of users is 27. Our oldest user is 96, a very nice chap in the middle. And people log in about 6 times a week. So it's quite diverse. And then we're doing new things. So we're doing a feature called Buy It, so we can scan QR codes. So Mario, the plumber there, has got a QR code on his business, so people can pay him directly. So they don't even need to know his phone number, his bank code, his sort code, his bank account number. So I've got a little film to explain Pingit a bit more. So that shows a few things what we're doing. So, so in there was payments by QR code, so you can pay your bill or utility bill. So we just got a water provider in the UK with QR codes on, so you can scan them and pay a bill directly, or you can buy stuff when shops are closed and it gets sent to you next day. And then there was charity payments, buses, you name it. So we were working with quite a few high street stores to get that out. So quite cool. And interestingly, there was the clapper loader from Thor 2 worked on the video. And when the taxi's rocking, that's me pushing it. Oh, hey. Cool. So, any questions about Pingit, UX, UI, or just grill me in general? Well, interesting. We're working on Pingit International now. So with the Lithuanian team here, they're doing the development, some of the design. We're working on the first release is going to be in South Africa, then Kenya, Spain. So soon. Probably next year sometime, I hope.
Any more questions to Paul? Regarding UX design, did you all get what you need to do?
Just to take your everything off, and then this is gonna be the good app. Yeah,
definitely. Get it off. Yeah, cool.
Any new questions?
Cool.
Yeah, please.
How long did it take to brainstorm such an idea?
To brainstorm Pingit?
Yes.
Well, Pingit it's probably in the works for about 90 days. It was the first version was made in 90 days. To brainstorm it was probably about, in true Barclays fashion, about 10 minutes. So somebody came up with an idea, and then we just worked out how to do it. So about 10 minutes, and then we thought, actually, how do we do it? So it's good.
So idea worth not much, but execution does, yeah?
Yeah, well, a bit of both. So usually somebody comes with an idea, then we would track backwards on how to actually do it. So you've got to remember our systems are about 80 years old, it feels like anyway, about 80 years old, so we have to do a lot of work to make them work on mobile apps, and that was the challenge. So, yeah, it's good.
Any more questions? If not, so I want to give big applause to Paul. This is something to remember about Lithuania.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's cool. And can I just say, check out the Barclays Lounge. We've got Oculus Rift, all the mentors there. So the world-class developers, designers, we're over there. And we're happy to help out with your apps.
Are you staying here through
all weekend? I'm here all weekend.
So guys,
get me.
You know the best UX guy, yeah? So just check with him. Show him. I believe you're going to get great insights. So use the resource who is really experienced. Cool. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Then I looked at Pingit. It seems that Barclays are changing the banking. And I know that there is great country across the sea which actually have a great impact for Lithuania, I would say. For Lithuanian telco market, for Lithuania banking market, and